Good morning, everybody, from cloudy, wet, soggy Maryland. We had a whole weekend full of rain this past weekend. A tropical storm came up the coast and it just rained and rained and rained. Today we've got a couple deliveries to do, and I've got a brand new, well, not brand new, it's new to me, piece of equipment that I want to show you all, something that I've been thinking about for quite a while. I don't think I've ever mentioned it on the channel. But there is something new to me here that I'm going to show you and explain to you and give you all the reasons why it's here. But as you can see behind me, both dump trailers are loaded. I knew all this rain was coming this past weekend, so I went ahead and preloaded the two trailers for my two deliveries on Friday for today, which is Monday. That way I don't have to be down in the yard in the mud messing up the wood yard. So I went ahead and loaded everything a couple days ago, and now we are already preloaded for today's deliveries. I'm going to take you along on that, and I know you can't see it right now, but I do have a helper in the truck. Valerie is with me today. She's going to ride along. One delivery is for 2 cord and one is for 1 cord. The 1 cord order needs to be stacked. So let me take you over here and show you what I did, because if you've noticed, the sideboards are missing on this trailer. All right, so this is the 1 cord order that we have to stack later on this afternoon, is when that delivery is scheduled for. And I pulled the sideboards off of this because the other order is for 2 cords, and it is quite a distance away with a $24 toll along the way. So in an effort to save myself a trip, some mileage, some fuel, and 2 different tolls, I went ahead and took the sideboards off of that trailer and put them on this trailer in an attempt to get 2 full cord on the trailer. Now, you know, normally with the single sideboard I can get a 1.5 cords, maybe just a little bit over a 1.5 cords on the trailer heaped up. So I added a second board, and I was able to get both cord loaded on the trailer. She's heaped pretty full and she's pretty high up there, but it did fit. So this order is just getting dumped at a brand new customer's house. I actually met him at one of Taylor's volleyball games last year. I had on one of my shirts and he came up and started a conversation with me about firewood. And sure enough, he called me this year to place his order. So he's got a good bit of oak in there, some cherry there on top, you see, some maple, and a little bit of walnut and ash mixed in there as well. But it's mostly oak and cherry, I believe, is what I loaded. So he'll have a good load of firewood there. We're going to hook up the truck. Valerie's still in the truck. But we're going to hook it up and head to this delivery. I'll let you see the dump. We'll come back and hook up the other trailer to get ready for this afternoon's delivery. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you this new to me piece of equipment. Well, we just made that dump of 2 cords, but I wasn't able to film it because the rain has once again started. So I didn't want the camera outside in the rain. But first time customer, he was very happy. He said he'll be calling again next year, as most of the customers do. I did have a co-pilot. My beautiful wife Valerie's here with me today. She's not gonna be able to go with me on the next delivery to stack because Brady's got ball practice this evening when that delivery is scheduled to be made. But I think she wants to stop and get a bite to eat while we're out. We got a little bit of time here, so as soon as we get done that, I'm going back to the wood yard and I will show you what I've been teasing you about so far in this video. Stick around. All right, so we're back from that delivery, and it is still just that miserable misty rain outside, just a constant mist falling down, cloudy, no sunshine. So another kind of miserable day. This is day 3 since this storm came through. But I just wanted to talk to you real quick before I show you what I have to show you and tell you a little bit of the backstory. For quite a while now, I've been thinking about something like this, and I had a perfect example of why I'm thinking about this occur 2 deliveries ago. So just a couple days ago, I had a delivery for 1/3 of a cord going to a customer about 15 or 18 miles away. And he's a repeat customer, and where I have to back the trailer into is a very narrow driveway between his house and a privacy fence. And when you get past the house, his firewood rack is around the corner to the left about 10 or 15 yards. And his driveway isn't deep enough for me to pull in and then back up to his rack, so I have no choice except to back in, tilt the trailer up, and carry the wood to his rack, just because of the trailer. I have a few other customers that order 1/3 of a cord, 2/3 of a cord, sometimes half a cord. And it's kind of the same situation. People want you to dump in sometimes some locations that you can't quite get to exactly where they want the wood to be, or if you can get there, you really got to stop and get out, walk around the truck and watch the trailer, check your blind sides and make sure you're not going to damage anything or hit anything. So I've been thinking about this, and I've been on the lookout for this for probably almost 2 years now, and something just came up and the price was right, but it's without the price was right, but something is coming, but something also has to go. That comes from the wife. She said, if you're going to purchase this item, then this other item is going to have to go. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to walk out in the yard here a little bit so you can see exactly what it is. But this is what I'm talking about. A great deal just came up for this. This is a 1995 Chevrolet 3500. It's got a diesel engine in it, a 5-speed transmission, an 8.5-foot box on the back. But the thing with these trucks is that most of the time when you find them, they are completely roached out. I mean, rust to the hilt, top, bottom, bodywork, cab corners, doors, rocker panels, frame, the underside of the body, motor mounts, everything. But I came across this. It was about 2 hours away. I went to get it, and he was originally asking, I think, $8,000, and then he reduced it to $6,000. And just on a whim, I sent him a message and lowballed him, and pretty much offered him just a little bit more than half of what he was asking. Said he had a couple other people that were interested. He would get back to me. And sure enough, he got back to me and said, "It's yours, come get it." Now, in the meantime, I was messaging him and following up with him, letting him know that I was a serious buyer, no games. I sent him a picture of the cash, told him I was ready to come get it at any moment. So when he said, "It's yours," I jumped on it and went and grabbed it. Now, like I said, there's no rust on this thing whatsoever. Take the phone off the tripod here and I'll show you. The frame is in excellent shape. The body is in excellent shape. Here's the cab corners. You can see that down the rocker panels. All the body is in great shape. Walk around here this other side so you can see it as well. But everything looks really good. Now, the only problem with the truck is the floor of the dump body. The floor of the dump body I've got to do something with, and this is where I want your opinions. So the sides of the dump body is just some surface scale that I can knock off and take care of, but these couple places here in the floor are all the way through. So I've got 3 options that I've narrowed it down to. And you can tell me what you think I should do. I can either put a poly liner right over top of that floor. I can cut that floor completely out and put a new steel floor in it. Or somebody even suggested that I cut the floor out, put some treated lumber like 2x6s or 2x8s in the floor, cover it with the poly liner, and then it's not as heavy, and the firewood dropping inside of it's not going to dent the floor. I don't know if that's a good option or not. That's something that I'd never heard of before, but those are the questions that I have. Now, as far as the motor goes and the miles on the truck, it has got just under 100,000 miles on it. However, it just had a brand new motor put in it 15,000 miles ago. So the motor's only got 15,000 on it. It's got a new clutch in it. I do think the front tires were just replaced last year, he said. The back tires, I think I'm probably gonna have to put a couple tires on it, not all 4. But all in all, it's a solid truck. And for those smaller quantity deliveries, I think this will work good. So I've got leftover paint from the skid loader. When I painted that, you can see the red is a little different from the body to the cab. But it did a little test spray from some of that leftover paint that I had right here. And it looks like it's gonna match up pretty darn good. So my plan is to put a couple tires on it, clean up the body, do something with the floor, paint the body, and be a good little firewood truck, I think. Let me know. Now what I also forgot to mention was the sideboards that are on the truck there. I'm gonna put new sideboards on it and raise it up pretty much to the top of the cab shield there. That'll give me 3.5 feet of height on both sides. The bed's 8.5 foot long, but if I take 6 inches off of that and just say 8 feet by 7 feet wide, it'll give me about 196 cubic inches of space in that box. And I'm pretty sure around 180 cubic feet of wood thrown in loose is about a cord. So once we get the sides on it, I will measure that and see how much wood we can actually get on there. But I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to haul up to 1 full cord on this truck. Now, as I alluded to a few minutes ago, when something comes in, something's got to go out. So the Ramsplitter that's been kind of sitting for a while now, being unused, is going to be for sale. I've got a couple people that have reached out to me in the past, very interested in that machine. So I'm reaching out to them first to see if they might be interested. If not, it will be going up on Marketplace, but I've got to recoup a little bit of the money that I put out for this vehicle. It's something that I probably didn't really need, but like I said, I'm always keeping my eye on Marketplace, and this was a really good deal. I lowballed the guy, which, you know, sometimes it's insulting, but sometimes it's worth just a shot. Just throw it out there and see if they're interested. And the history of this truck is that two retired guys owned it from the time it was brand new, and they owned a lawn care business together, just something they did on the side with each other. They only used it to pull their mowers, to clean up yards, and they only drove it in the spring, summer, and fall time. It was never on the road in the winter. It never plowed snow. It was never in any inclement weather, which explains the reason why it's in such good shape. So kind of a rare find, I think, and I hope it serves me well. But yeah, that's going to be the new addition to the yard, and we'll see how useful we can make it. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but it's still raining. The day got worse and worse as it went on. But during the time that I'm waiting to do this other delivery, I did obtain for free some poly bed liner. My boss at my part-time job, my good buddy Todd, had some left over from his trucks, and he just happened to have a piece that would fit in there good. So that's the route I'm going. I'm going to put some rust inhibitor underneath there and clean that up a little bit before I actually mount this and bolt it down. Apparently what you do is you only bolt it down to the front and you leave the back of it unbolted. It's pretty heavy, so it's not going to flap around. But you have to leave it unbolted in the back because it has to have room to expand and contract with the weather. So I am going to pick up some 2.5 or 3 inch angle. I'm going to run angle down both sides and weld it to the sideboards, or the side of the body there, and that'll help hold it down as well. So now I'm going to go hook up the other dump trailer for this other delivery. I'm not going to be able to show that to you because it's raining, but we will go hook up right now anyway. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. The Paul Bunyan Show is this coming weekend. This Friday, I'll be rolling into Ohio for the Paul Bunyan Show, and I will have Jack from Log Cabin Firewood and Chaz from Blanford's Tree Service riding along with me. We're hoping to get into town around lunchtime on Friday, so that's going to be a great time, and I look forward to seeing all of you who are going. Make sure you come up and say hello to us. We love to meet everybody, and the first Friday's video will be out that same day that we get into town. So I hope you all enjoyed the video today. Let me know in the comments what you think about the truck and what my plans are for it. And I guess I will see you on Friday or at the Paul Bunyan show. If you're heading there, drive safe, and I look forward to seeing everybody. Have a great week.